Fuck Christopher Columbus.
And here we go. It's the comic book bullies.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
It's the comic book bullies.
You will bow down before me!
It's the comic book bullies.
Now I am the master.
It's the comic book bullies. It's the comic book bullies. Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies, where nerd is a new bully. I'm your host Leroy, aka Bobby Blue Bland, with my co-host
Bobby Blue what?
Bobby Blue Bland. He's actually, I probably said it wrong, but he's actually a famous blues singer in Mississippi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll sing you some of his music. I might play some at the end.
All right. Well, I'm Blind Dog Eli.
Yep, and we got another barn burner we're coming. So yeah, this different episode we're gonna do this time. We're gonna switch up some things because we had some technical difficulties. One thing, we're recording a day later, but we're also going to switch up a little bit, and we'll talk about how we're gonna do that later on. First thing, Eli, how was your weekend?
It wasn't bad. It was pretty cool, actually.
Okay, cool. In Mississippi, everybody had a homecoming game this weekend, so everybody was traveling and going around because, you know, it was like a 3-day weekend for a lot of people. I went down to homecoming, got to meet a lot of people I haven't seen in a while. And, of course, you know, even though recording is today, but yesterday technically was the day that we no longer talk about in American history, which we used to, the day formerly known as Columbus Day.
Oh, yeah.
But
That's right.
now it has been reappropriated.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so now we're calling it, well, what is it, Eli, National Indigenous Day?
Indigenous Peoples Day.
Indigenous People Day. So did you do anything? Did you barbecue? Did you, I don't know.
I went, there was a parade in St. Paul.
Okay.
And I went and checked that out. When the parade ended at Mounds Park in St. Paul here, which overlooks downtown St. Paul. And it's also the burial site from, like an ancient burial site for natives.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a ceremony every year there, and I went and checked that out and watched. There was a celebration. You know.
Okay,
cool.
so we're actually starting to reappropriate this, you know, holiday and something else, which I'm fine with. You know, no big deal with that. We always a meme. I always love how we always say the only Christopher we acknowledge is Wallace. You know, talking about the notorious B.I.G.
Yeah.
But we're not allowed to do that either, Eli, because apparently the notorious G.I.G. Before he died was, you know, accused of domestic violence. So we're canceling him also 20 years later that he did. So
yeah, he's dead too.
Yeah, so we're canceling him now.
Okay.
So
we can't listen to his music anymore.
We can't listen to music anymore. We can no longer acknowledge him either.
Yeah. Well, if they ever heard the song "Give Me the Loot,"
right? Yeah, the guy talks about shooting people, selling crack, but domestic violence—that's where we draw the line. Like, really?
You know what's funny about that song?
What's that?
Is if you listen to "Give Me the Loot,"
mm-hmm.
like they don't censor any of the swear words, the N word, none of that shit. But they censor pregnant. Like when he shoots.
I do remember he said, "Yeah."
They censor that he shot a pregnant woman.
Now that's just going too far.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, it's too far. So, Eli, another thing, like I said, this weekend took a lot out of me. That's why I had to wait a day to, you know, record. But I've also feel kind of sad because I've been binge watching a TV show that nobody's heard of. Well,
oh, yeah?
Everybody's heard of, but nobody's watched it.
Oh yeah, what's that?
I was binging Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I watched that show.
You watch? Nobody watches Brooklyn. Anytime you tell somebody about Brooklyn Nine, they always say, "Oh yeah, I heard it was funny," but
it is funny.
Nobody's ever seen it.
I watched the shit.
So I just like, fuck it. I'm gonna just sit there and just watch Brooklyn Nine. I think it's like 6 seasons, something like that. Watch the whole thing over the weekend, and now like I made it to the last episode. I was like, oh man, nothing left.
Yeah, well, the new season should be starting up soon here.
Well, I think it's coming like in January or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so people, please watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Stop going by hearsay. I heard it was good. Stop going by that. Go watch it.
Well, what's funny is it got canceled. Like,
right.
It was on.
It was on Fox.
It was on Fox, and then it got canceled. Now it's on NBC.
Yeah.
So.
Even though I think NBC was like always producing it, but they didn't have a slot to put it on their time zone. so they
Yeah.
stuck it on Fox, or somehow they worked it out. So,
Which is sad because they took like a year or two off because it did get canceled.
hmm
And so they took like a year off or whatever, and then not all the characters are back. So
yeah, I
which is
noticed that
sad.
on the last season. It was weird because it was like people were showing up, and I wasn't even halfway paying attention because when you binge watch the stuff, it's just all at one time. So a person would show up like in the 5th episode, and everybody's freaking like, "Oh, I haven't seen you in like 2 years." Like, "Oh, really?" But I just saw you like 5 episodes ago.
Yeah, that shit's great.
Oh,
Die
well.
Hard. He's a big Die Hard fan.
He's a big diehard fan. He loves all 5 of them. Like, nah, man. And plus, Andy Samberg, Adam Samberg, whatever his name is, that dude has always been funny anyway. I mean, Dick in the Box, that's classic.
Yeah, Hot Rod. I love Hot Rod. The movie Hot Rod.
Hot Rod, yeah, with either Amy Isla Fisher, whatever her name, Isla Fisher, whatever you call her.
The little redhead.
That one, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That being said, can we move on to the actual part of the podcast?
Sure.
All right, let's jump into this bad boy. We're going to talk about the movies. I guess we both saw movies. I saw a movie, you saw a movie. We're going to talk about that. But for right now, Eli, give it to me. What is the number 1 movie of the week?
It's got to be the Joker.
It is Love That Joker. He's back again. So he had one of the lowest drop-offs of any movie this year with only 41%, which means that Joker grossed $55 million this week alone.
So, yeah.
And he did like $100 million last week. So it is already, in 2 weeks, it is already the highest grossing movie Warner Brothers has this year.
Which is weird. Like, so people are going back and seeing it again.
Yeah, people are going back and seeing it again. It's like word of mouth and making people go out to see it because usually movies don't do 55, especially around this time of year. Movies don't do 55 million in their second week. That just doesn't happen. Plus, it's doing pretty good overseas. However, it is banned in China. I have a friend in China right now who is a huge Batman Joker fan, and he's pissed right now because he can't see the movie.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
Why the hell is it? What did they ban it for?
Well, they pretty much don't play R-rated movies over there. Like R-rated movies, they don't play them over there. That's why Deadpool went and chopped their movie up so they can get it over there. Yeah.
That's why all the protests are going on.
That's why the protests going on. Honestly,
We
I
want
hadn't really been
freedom.
keeping up with that. Even though I know it's affecting us right now. I know it's exactly like it is in the Star Wars prequel, with Palpatine and the trade wars, and basically saying we're in another Cold War. Is that what?
Yeah.
So.
Well, I remember like years ago they were predicting a China-Russia threat. Like they said, 10, 20 years from now we're going to be war with China or Russia. And that was like 10 years ago.
Right. And we were headed that way already. So, So, yeah, and it's already a Cold War. I'm saying it's going to get to a point where it's going to start affecting the prices of the things we buy because everything we get is from China.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, I haven't been doing enough research on this. I'm not informed enough to talk about this stuff, so I'm not going to go down.
I feel like we've had this conversation before.
We did. I think we did, and we didn't know anything about what we were talking about then either. But it didn't stop us. Oh well. Number 2, we have the Addams Family 2019. They made a cartoon
I want to
version.
see that. I actually want to see that.
Yeah, I don't know. It can't top that. Raul Julia.
Oh yeah.
Christina
Adams,
Ricci.
yeah, Adam's Family Values is the shit.
I love both of those movies. Especially when she told that little white girl, "I'll be the victim," and Wesley said, "All your life."
Yeah, the Camp Chippewa or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. And number 3, Gemini Man. Should I get my review now or should I come back to that?
It's up to you, man.
I'll go now. It's not much to talk about. Okay, so like one of the banned topics we have on this entire podcast, we're going to pull it out the Pandora's box and then put it back in, is Will Smith.
Can we call him Sweet Dick Willie?
No, we won't. So, like I said, it is a movie, Gemini Man. If you've seen the trailer, you know the plot of the movie. The movie is paint by numbers plot. You know exactly what's going to happen. Okay, Eli, remember the movie Looper?
Yeah.
It's that.
Okay.
But instead of he going back in time to kill himself, it's a clone coming to kill himself. So it's cool. You got the special effects of young Will Smith fighting regular old Will Smith, and
you got 2 times the Willie.
Will versus Will. And he's actually, his name is in the poster twice.
Will Smith.
It's like to really sell you the feature on it. And like the younger version of him, even though he gets a lot of screen time.
It's the Willennium all over again.
Yep, that's what we wanted.
Oh.
Will 2K.
Shit.
And so yeah, but like the younger version of him like gets like character development and screen time and stuff like that. So like they really try to flesh him out as a character. Oh, but yeah, and like I said, the movie paint by numbers. Will Smith is an assassin, greatest assassin in the old world, but he's in his 50s now. He's getting ready to retire, but he found out some shit he don't know. But what he don't know, 20 years ago, they took a sample of his DNA, cloned him without his knowledge, and now they're sending his clone to come kill him, to replace him, to make it his rite of passage, so he could be the new him.
Was it his sperm?
They didn't say. They just said blood. They just said they took a blood sample from him.
Okay.
So he didn't even know he had a clone or whatever like that. So anyway, that's the whole point. That's the plot. You know where it's going to go. What is the movie about? The plot is inconsequential in pretty much any action movie you see nowadays.
Yeah, how was the action? How was the action?
How was the action? That's all that matters. Because a lot of these reviewers and critics, the plot is so generic and formulaic. Who gives a fuck, man? How was the action?
Does he kick cool ass?
There is one cool action scene where he's chasing himself through, I don't know, Calcutta, Brazil, one of those island places. I can't remember. I forgot. But like they're fighting each other, and the boys, well, not the boy, but young Will has a bike, chase after him. That fight was pretty damn cool. Not even gonna lie. I'd almost say that was worth the price of admission alone. The other fight scenes, sort of kind of cool, passable. Will Smith is still Will Smith.
No John Wick.
It's not John Wick level. It's not like, oh my God, this is mind blowing. It's not like that. But it had one action scene that was like really, really cool, and the rest were passable, and it was fine. Easy breezy. That's what you expect. Will Smith's his way through the movie times 2. He pulls double the weight in this movie. What is it? Mary Elizabeth Winstead. She's in the movie.
Oh,
pretty cool. Yeah. Wong from Doctor Strange shows up.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just there just to fly them around and shit like that. That's about it. That's what I think.
He's just being Wong.
Just being Wong. That's it. He's just a chauffeur. That's
just
all.
the servant. He's the cook.
Pretty much. But I think maybe China has something to do with getting this movie financed like that, because like I said, Wong was in this movie. The movie was directed by Ang Lee.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, of Hulk fame.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Oh yeah, that movie too. Yeah.
Do you remember that movie, The Ice Storm?
I remember that too.
Yeah,
it was some kind of drama or something.
Yeah, Tobey Maguire. And there were mad references to the Fantastic Four, if you remember that.
What, in Ice Storm?
Yeah, because he's reading Fantastic Four comics. Yeah, it's been a while.
I sort of kind of remember that movie, but not really.
And he's talking about the family dynamic. Yeah, he makes parallels to what's going on in the family drama of the movie, and he makes parallels to like what's happening in the Fantastic Four, like their family dynamic. That's the thing I remember most about that movie.
Okay, and he also did Life of Pi.
I didn't see that. Is that the one with the tiger?
Yeah, that's the one with the tiger. I think he won an Oscar for that or something.
I did not see that.
Yeah,
and of course, Brokeback Mountain,
He did it. This guy is all over the place.
And the Hulk. He made the fucking Hulk movie.
He made the Hulk. We're going to debate the Hulk to the end of days, because I didn't think the movie sucked that bad. My thing is, there was some...
The movie sucked, but not that bad.
Not that bad. There was some interesting points he was making in the movie. Making like, is the Hulk the real version, or is he like the Hulk, the husk of... it was some interesting things he was saying in there. So I didn't hate the movie.
Sucked that. Yeah, the credits were cool.
That was the best part of the movie, when the credits roll. So I didn't hate the movie. Oh, it was another interesting thing about this movie that actually kind of caught me off guard. So the movie was actually shot in 8K, 120 frames per second.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Did your theater had the capacity to present it that way?
Oh no, there's no United States theater that has the capacity to play that. Like none. Zero.
Okay, I think Peter Jackson did that for one of the Hobbit movies, and none of the theaters here. It didn't matter because none of the theaters were equipped.
Well, he did it at 60 frames per second.
Okay.
So they did this at 120 frames per second. Let me get movie nerd on you guys for a second. So all movies are shot at 24 frames per second. That's just how they are. That's the standard. So being shot at 120 frames per second, Eli, I can see the difference. But here's how I saw different. Okay, you know how you watch a soap opera?
Yeah, it's like,
and you see how the frame rate moves in a soap opera? That's how it looks.
Video and shit.
Yeah, that's how it looks.
It's like looking out a window.
Like somebody shot on an iPhone.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's no motion blur.
There's no motion blur with all that.
Yeah.
It's just going. And it takes a while to get used to it. Actually, I kind of got used to it for a second. Like I said, I saw it in 3D. I saw it.
Oh, you saw it in 3D, huh?
I saw it in 3D also. Not IMAX or anything like that, even though rumors are we're supposed to be getting one after the fact,
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, but like I said, we got the I could see the difference. I could see the movie, the motion was really going. It had that soap opera iPhone film on location, shot to it. But after a while I kind of got used to it, and I think actually it made the action stand out a little bit more because there was no motion blur to it. For me, like I said, I know for some people watch this movie, that's going to make or break them right there. Like either whether they get into the 120 frames, the frame rate, or they don't. If you're into it, you'll enjoy the movie. If you're not, you're just going to say, I can't fool with this movie. So I got into it. I thought it was pretty cool. I could see the difference between 120 frames per second. Like I said, I play first person shooters all day long in video games per second. Like I know the difference between 30 frames per second and 20 frames per second. So when you give me 120 frames per second, I'm going to notice the difference. So I don't know if anybody else could, but I did. Overall, I give the movie. I'm gonna give the movie a solid 4. Give it a 4.
All right.
I was entertained at the time when I saw it. Will I see it again? No. Do not care twice about it. Plus, I've been hearing that like the script of this movie, they've been shopping this around since the 90s, but the technology wasn't there yet.
Because they already made Face Off.
You said what now?
They already made Face Off.
Yeah, they already made Face Off, but it's pretty much the same plot as Face Off. Like you fight this guy, fight that guy, and Looper. The technology was there. You had to try to make Joseph Gordon-Levitt to be the younger version of Bruce Willis. And you're looking, you're like, well, maybe if I squint my eye, he looks like Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
But he wasn't really there. But this one, like, no, young Willie, it looks like young Willie. Like he even has a hot top, like Fresh Prince on the TV show. Like they don't wear hot tops anymore. We stopped wearing that shit. But. They wanted to drive it home that this is young Will versus big Will, and after I guess they had to wait for Marvel to invent their technology before they could use it.
Did he have the Africa symbol like shaved into his head?
No, he didn't. Will never had that. That was like every other rapper around the time. Like who was that? Damn, the Clan something.
Was it the fucking house party? What do they call again? Kid
Full
and Play.
Force. Yeah, Kid and Play. Yeah, one Kid and Play. Oh yeah. So yeah, like I said, 45. Cool movie. Go see it. The critics are trashing this movie right now, but I didn't think it was that bad. So that's me. Let me keep going. We got number 4, Abominable. Not the cool Wendigo movie that I thought it was. Eli crushed my spirits on that. Number 5, Downton Abbey has dropped all the way down. Number 6, Hustlers. Number 7, Judy. Whatever the fuck that is. Number 8.
It's Judy Garland.
Oh yeah, you told me that like the last 3 weeks. I keep forgetting. And number 8, It Chapter 2. I keep wanting to say IT, like the IT department.
IT crowd.
And number 9, Jexy, that killer Alexa movie. I don't know. I don't care.
Oh, that's the comedy. It's like I think it's a comedy where falls in love with the Alexa device or whatever.
Yeah, and then Alexa tries to kill him or just fucks up his life.
Gets jealous or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, some shit like that. It debuted at number 9, so comedy in movies is alive. Number
woke
10.
Culture killed the
Woke culture killed comedy.
Yeah.
And number 10, Ad Astra, which is still down there. So, yeah, we got some movies in there. And, Eli, I'm going to give you a chance because, like I said, you saw a movie, and I want you to get a chance to talk about what you saw.
Yeah. Well, I just saw it was the 40th anniversary of the original Alien.
Okay.
And they had a screening at the theater here, and I went and checked it out. I was like, fuck yeah, it's the original Alien. I get to see it on big screen. And it was cool. I mean, I already loved the movie. I'm a big Alien fan. One of the coolest franchise ever. One of the movies that fucked me up for life. The chest burster scene. Mm-hmm. I saw that when I was like 7, 8 years old, and it, probably too young to see that because I was like scared to eat after seeing that movie. I was like, I got a tummy ache. Oh shit, is an alien gonna pop out of my stomach? That fucked me up as a kid. But no, I love the Alien franchises. I read the comics, the games, all that toys, all that shit. And it was a chance to see the original on the big screen, and it was cool. One thing I noticed about seeing it in the theater is the sound, the audio. Hearing that movie on those big movie theater speakers it just made the movie so much better. Like I never heard it that way before. I was seeing it in a whole new light. You know what I'm saying? Or a whole new sound. Hearing it, all the sounds, all the beeping noises, the audio of that, the sound mix for that movie is great. And just seeing it in the theater, I was like, it blew me away again. So yeah, Alien.
Gonna give it a rating?
No, it's 5 out of 5. It's Alien.
Okay.
6.5, 7 out of 5.
All right, so yeah, that's cool. We got a chance to see. Now we actually talk about, I guess, let's talk about some TV shows for a second. Because like I said, now we're in October, and this is where the fall season of TV shows come back in. Like I said, I just watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine trying to kill the summer, but now new shows are coming in. And I guess the one we can talk about that's been the most hyped, I guess, is Batwoman. Like,
yeah, I haven't had a chance to see this yet.
You ain't had a chance to see it. I saw it last night. I had planned, we had planned to record it last night, but since we didn't, I went ahead and watched the second episode of it also to kind of get a feel of what Batwoman is saying. Now, just to let you know, Eli, I'm on Rotten Tomatoes right now. Like I said, it's got a 69 score of Rotten Tomatoes, which is cool. But of course, the audience score is 12%.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, so you know what that means. Angry fanboys are going there and just blasting the movie just for no reason whatsoever. Woke Batwoman, Batwomen, they angry over the
comic skaters are having a hissy fit and shit.
Yeah, basically. Oh, YouTubers are just having a field day with this. The typical YouTubers, Batwoman, and just making all these yeah.
All these tough guys, whining like the bitches they complain about.
Right. Like, really? You gonna talk about an hour on Batwoman? This show wasn't even that long. Why are you bitching this long about the show?
I thought you guys were tough guys. You sound like a bunch of bitches.
Right.
A bunch of soft-ass Twinkies, soft and creamy in the middle. The whole ride.
I'm like, this is nothing that, this doesn't threaten you in any kind of way.
Batwoman? I thought there was a man in the White House.
Anyway, let's talk about the show. Okay, so basically the show. This show is pretty simple. Batman's been gone for 3 years. Kate Kane is his cousin. She's been gone for like 10 years, some shit like that. I don't know. I was barely paying attention.
Yeah, what's the so Batman's is gone.
He's gone. He's been gone for 3 years. Just up and left. Okay. Nobody knows why. Nobody's worried.
Nobody knows why.
He just said, "Fuck it, I'm out." But
Bane didn't break his back or anything like that.
Probably, but they haven't made no mention to any of his Rose Gallery or his sidekicks or anything. Nothing. Just up and left. We don't know what happened. But the thing is, Kate Kane, she's been gone for like 10 years, 15 years, whatever. She's been gone longer than him. So her dad is like running like the security firm. Like he got the security firm called the Crows. He's basically taking the place of Batman, but he got like his own security team that does this,
Yeah, her dad is like, isn't her dad like somebody? Her dad's somebody.
Yeah, somebody. But
he's like part of some elite special force. Yeah, it's been. Yeah, I'm going by like what I remember from Detective Comics.
Well, that's what I'm saying. From what I've been hearing, the show is actually pretty comic accurate. I haven't read the Detective Comics or the Batwoman or anything like that, but I'm hearing that the show is actually comic accurate. Like her dad is special forces, run a security team.
Yeah.
She comes back. They find out some terrorist that has popped up out of nowhere named Alice, but Alice is really, or maybe Batwoman's, twin sister or some shit. Apparently they say that's all from the comics, and that's what the show is right now. It's going through the motion. She teams up with Lucius, not Lucius Fox, Luke Fox. Batwing but he's not Batwing here. He's just some nerdy dude.
So, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so he's there. He's basically in control of the Batcave while Bruce is gone. He don't know when Bruce coming back. He don't know where Bruce went, or maybe he does know and not saying. We don't know. But the point is, she breaks into the Batcave, steals the bat suit, bat weapons, and the bat bike and shit like that, and goes fight crime. But nobody knows that it's a woman in the suit. They just think Batman is back, so they keep saying, "Oh, okay. Batman is back," So that's the thing. Overall, what I think of the show, it's sorry. Honestly, if it didn't. Yeah.
How are the villains? I mean, that's what's going to make the show.
Like I said, it's just one villain. It's just that Alice chick.
I mean, to me, this could be a chance for them to bring in the Penguin. Well, we saw the Penguin on Gotham, but we can see like the Joker and Catwoman and all this shit come back.
Right.
If they would,
even though they did all this stuff in Gotham.
Yeah, without Batman again. Well, he was a little kid, but it wasn't enough. But this is a chance they could make this cool. This has the capacity to be something cool.
It could be. But
Is,
honestly,
will they do that?
Yeah, because honestly, Eli, at the point I am right now, if it didn't have like the Bat branding to it, I wouldn't care about this show at all.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm basically like halfway paying attention to it, but every now and then they make Bat something, or Luke Fox does show something, or they show the Bat Cave, and then I kind of perk up a little bit. But other than that, it's just her going through family drama with her dad and her may or may not be sister and her new stepsister, and I'm like, I don't care, man.
Because I mean, okay, I haven't watched Titans yet, but they've got Nightwing and
Superboy was on, like Connor Kent was on the last episode of Titans. And that's another thing. Like, I'm watching Titans, and I'm like, even Titans isn't really that good, but I'm like, it's more exciting than this shit.
Yeah, I was like, what? I mean, to make it like, if they made this sort of like a detective, like the Bat family, brought members of the Bat, bring the Red Hood, bring fucking Cassandra, get is it Cassandra Cain?
Cassandra Cain,
Orphan,
the
Orphan,
the ninja chick,
Orphan, and Spoiler, and get Tim Drake in. If they brought, or is Tim Drake on Titans?
No, that's Dick Grayson on Titans and Jason Todd on Titans.
Okay. So who are they talking about? We didn't talk about that. Who are they talking about killing on Titans?
Okay. So I'm glad you brought that up. On not this episode of Titans, but the last episode of Titans, Deathstroke threw Jason Todd out the window. So when that happened,
so it's Jason Todd again.
It's Jason Todd again, yeah. So DC put up a poll asking, voting, do you want to kill Jason Todd or not, or anything like that. And I was like, oh, this is bullshit, man. They've already decided whether or not they're gonna kill Jason Todd or not. This isn't like this is gonna sway people one way or another, just to get people's attention. That's all. And people are like, oh man, we need to kill Jason Todd so we can bring the Red Hood back. Like, do we really want the Red Hood? I don't want the Red Hood. Can I give an unpopular opinion, Eli?
Sure.
I don't give a shit about the Red Hood. I know. Now, I gave a shit about the Red Hood when he first came back. When he came back and he was like slightly, off his rocker, killing everybody, trying to kill the Joker, antagonizing Batman, all this shit like that.
Like in the Arkham game.
Like in the Arkham game, when he just showed up for that one arc, and that was it. I was cool with that. But when he kept reappearing over and over again, and he's basically like baby Deathstroke now in the comics, he's kind of like overstayed his welcome. I'm like, okay, guy, you can go away now. We don't need you. We don't need Red Hood and the Outlaws. That's why I keep making fun of that fucking book, because I read the book. That book sucks.
Yeah, I dropped it.
Yeah, I was like,
well, they made him a good guy.
But he's not good. That's the thing.
Yeah, he's unstable. That was the appeal.
And Batman is still let this guy just run around, just do whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah, and then Under the Red Hood is one of the best Batman movies.
Yeah, it may be the best. People like to put Mask of the Phantasm there. I mean, Red Hood might be better, But like I said, that's that one arc. He's awesome in that arc. But past that arc, he's overstayed his welcome. It's just like that villain that keeps popping up over and over and over again. You're like, okay, diminishing returns. That's awesome as he was when you first showed up. Kind of like Doomsday. Doomsday was awesome for one arc. Doomsday doesn't work as well when he keeps popping up over and over and over again. He's there for one purpose: kill Superman. So with the Red Hood, it's just like he doesn't really need to be here. He doesn't really need to keep popping up and over again, because I feel like DC doesn't really know what to do with that character, or that character didn't even have any more use anyway. I get rid of him. So I don't want the Red Hood to show up, especially if the reason he's dead not because of Batman, because of something Dick Grayson did. Like, he wasn't like Batman just gave him to Dick Grayson. He was like, okay, did I tell you? Okay, here's the thing in Titans. Batman fired Jason Todd for looking at porn on the Batcave. On the Batcomputer.
Got some malware on my shit, man.
Right. So he fired Jason Todd.
No, I don't want a bigger penis.
Right. So he like, yeah, I'll give you another Teen Titans Tower, but you better take this Robin with you. Get him the fuck out of here, So that's the thing. So he's with Dick Grayson all the time, getting into it with Dick Grayson like he's his mentor and shit like that. And that's how he got into it with Deathstroke, and Deathstroke threw him out of window. So if he dies, it's on Dick Grayson's fault, not Batman's fault. And it's kind of like, you're fucking up already, But anyway, he doesn't die. Superboy catches him.
Oh. And
that's it. But Superboy wasn't in the show before. He just shows up in that episode. He's just walking around and like, oh, somebody got thrown out of a window. Let me catch him. And that was it, And everybody looking around like, oh, who the fuck is this guy with a Superman shirt on,
Why'd you save him?
I mean, he was thrown out of a window. I mean, might well catch him, you know. You know, so that's pretty. So no, Jason Todd is alive. But like I said, we already knew that they already made a decision whether this poll was a thing or not. So it doesn't really matter, you know.
Mhm.
So that's the thing. The Titans episode of Superboy was pretty cool. The Batwoman episode is, I don't know. I mean, these fanboys are getting angry about it and, you know, protesting shit like that. I'm not invested enough to even care, really. That's the thing.
A show needs like a good 3 to 4 episodes to really get its stride. If it's not cool,
and that's why I'm not throwing it away just yet.
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe it needs to find itself first. The first 2 episodes didn't really do it for me, but I'm like, maybe it could do something. Maybe like, okay, now I see where you're going, show. Now you're doing something, you know. Yeah. But it's not there yet for me.
If you don't give a shit after a month, then fuck it.
Yeah, then I just drop the show. Because right now it's cool because there's nothing to watch. Like I said, I already binge watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So I have nothing to watch right now. So I'm fine with, you know, keeping with Batwoman now. But if you get to the point where you still, you know, when you start getting bombarded with shows left and right, because there's way too many comic book TV shows out right now. If you start getting to that point, then I start thinking about, okay, what can I keep up with? What can I not keep up with? If Batwoman doesn't pick it up, I'm going to have to drop it.
Yeah.
You know, that's just what's going to have to happen. Supergirl came back also. I never really gave a shit about Supergirl, but Eli, I do want to say one thing. The actress playing Supergirl, they got thick as fuck over the summer.
Oh yeah? Did she have a kid or something? Or
yeah, I mean, maybe I don't know what the fuck it is. I know she got her in tighter dresses on the show now. So I'm just like, okay, this show still sucks, but at least you have my attention.
Yeah, I haven't been on that show in a couple years.
I haven't either. Like I said, it was nothing on, so I'm just sitting there watching. I'm just like, okay, she keeps wearing these tight skirts.
I just watched the crossover event last year.
Yeah, with them crossover now. Oh yeah, we gotta talk about the crossover.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause I don't think we've ever talked about crossover. So basically, everybody and their mom is supposed to be in this crossover. Like everybody, you know.
Yeah.
Every time you turn around, they're saying Wonder Woman's gonna be in it. They're saying Old Man Bruce is gonna be in it. Now they're saying Lucifer's gonna be in it.
Yeah.
You know,
Burt Ward is he gonna
Burt Ward's supposed to be in it. Ace the Bat Hound's supposed to be in it. Like, what the fuck? They're saying the Titans are gonna be in it. Like, what the fuck, man? So we don't know how big this thing is really gonna be. We don't know if it's fake or anything like that. The Smallville actor is gonna be in it. He took pictures on set and stuff like that. You know, we talked about Brandon Routh is gonna be in it. They're gonna have like 3 or 4 different Supermans in the show. You know. They're really going all out with it. Like I said, this is Crisis on Infinite Earths. One of the biggest, most epic crossover events that have ever happened in comics. So I want to see how big can they really go with this show. I don't know. And plus, Arrow hadn't came back yet either. And Arrow, this is supposed to be like the last, you know, season of Arrow anyway. Like, it's supposed to be done when Crisis is done.
Yeah. And that's the thing is because Arrow was basically Batman. A Batman team.
Basically. And he actually fought like a bunch of Batman villains too.
Yeah, he's got with the guy Ra's al Ghul. He's got the fucking League of Assassins and shit. Talia and Nissa al Ghul and all that shit. So that's what I'm saying. If back to Batwoman, like Batwoman could be cool if you brought in like the Joker or like the Joker's daughter and brought in Harley and bring in Batman villains.
Right. I mean, because Arrow's in it anyway, so I guess they trying to make it seem like Batwoman is the heir apparent to, you know, Arrow, but
yeah,
it's not there yet, man. It's not. I don't know. Like I said, it's not coming together. It's just her fighting her crazy sister, and I'm like,
yeah, because we had the Riddler, Riddler and Riddler, yeah. Actually, Gotham had a lot of villains. They had the Court of Owls.
Gotham had like everybody.
Yeah, there wasn't there a version of Bane on there?
Yeah,
they had fucking
Mr. Freeze was on there, like Firefly.
Scarecrow was like a young version of Scarecrow, but like bring them in now. They could do that, you know.
I mean, if you want to keep my attention, you got to do that stuff.
Then I'd watch it.
Yeah,
you know.
But at the same time, I kind of appreciate Batwoman for it not being it's not Batman and woman's, like, it's actually telling a different story. When Supergirl first started, it just felt like they were telling Superman stories with a chick. That's what it felt like they were doing. With this, it feels like she has her own story. Like, it's giving time for it to develop, but it's not like just sticking her in there, oh, Joker, Scarecrow, and, you know, Mr. Freeze and Connie McKing showed up. Oh, Batwoman's got to fight him. You know, it's not that. You know, she has her own thing. You know, she feels like her own character, at least. So I give it that. So it's just taking time to build. That's why I'm not throwing in the towel on the show just yet.
Well, I'll give it a whirl. I wanted to check it out. I just haven't gotten a chance to.
And like I said, you may look at it completely different from what I did, but like I said, I'm actually into these CW shows, and even Batwoman, I'm like, no.
Yeah, I watched them all for a while, and then I just fell off them because there's so much shit now.
And they keep cranking out so many of them,
Yeah,
let's move on to we got a new announcement for the Batman, or whatever this new movie is going to be called. They finally have casted Catwoman.
Yeah.
And it's kind of shocking to me. It was Zoe Kravitz.
Well, now we know that Catwoman's going to be in the movie.
Well, we already knew that to begin with, but I mean, from what they're saying, the rumors are like everybody's supposed to be in this movie. Like he's pretty much making like a Gotham TV show. He's just throwing all this shit in the movie.
He's remaking Batman 66.
Basically, that's what he's doing. Like everybody's supposed to be in.
They're going to be in a submarine and shit.
Sometimes you just can't get rid of a bomb. So yeah, they said everybody's supposed to be in it. So Zoe Kravitz, I kind of like it how they always like race swap Catwoman every other Catwoman. You had Julie Lumar, white. I can't remember the other one. Eartha Kitt, black. Yeah. You had Michelle Pfeiffer, white. You had Halle Berry, black. You had Anne Hathaway, white. And now you got Zoe Kravitz. So I guess Catwoman has to be like Taylor Swift by design next time go around. I guess I don't know. Gotta go extra white next time. So yeah, Zoe Kravitz. So how do I feel about this Zoe Kravitz casting? Eli, I'm not sold on it.
Yeah, I agree.
Here's the thing about it. I never considered Zoe Kravitz that strong of an actress.
Well, here's my thing.
Okay.
I always thought Catwoman was hot as fuck. I don't give a shit who played her.
True.
I don't think Zoe Kravitz is that hot. So on that front, I'm a little disappointed.
But is she Catwoman hot? That's the thing.
I mean, I'm not saying she's ugly or anything. Yeah. I mean, she was one of the hot chicks in the Mad Max movie. She was hot enough to, be, one of the breeders.
Right, but I'm saying she's just among hot chicks.
Yeah.
Catwoman is not among hot chicks.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You got to get they got to be stripper hot to be Catwoman.
Right. I agree with you. It was a bunch of other, women I was thinking like, okay, remember Hobbs and Shaw?
Yeah.
Okay, remember the Russian chick that just gave him guns and shit like that?
Yeah.
That's who I want as Catwoman. That's me. And she was rumored for a while. Like, okay, she'd be a hot woman. That one, she's hot. Yeah. That's what I wanted. But we got Zoe Kravitz. My thing is Zoe Kravitz. Like I said, you wanted somebody super hot. I just want somebody that can act. I always think, in my opinion, I always think that Zoe Kravitz kind of get by on her name, her legacy, kind of got her foot in the door.
Yeah.
Because she's Lenny Kravitz's daughter. Oh, she's Denise Huxtable's daughter. Oh, okay, just, get her foot in the door. It's just like we all keep talking about, what's that, Henry Abrams or whatever? JJ Jr., whatever?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you got all these, kids and legacies just getting their foot in the door when maybe somebody else could have, been better for the role.
Yeah. Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe she'll do fine. I don't know. Maybe
well, who else? If we're going to keep her black, though, who's a hot black actress?
I mean, I look, when they announced this last week, they had a whole list of black actresses. Now, her name was on there, too, because they pretty much already had leaked that they were looking for a black Catwoman. And there was a whole lot of actors on there. I'm like, I can't remember who was on the list, but I was like, oh, yeah, she could do it. But I don't know. For some reason, I just knew they were going to pick Zoe Kravitz. I just knew it. Because out of all of them, she was like the biggest name.
Okay.
Yeah, so they were going to pick her anyway. And plus, she was already like the Catwoman in Lego Batman. So it was like, whatever.
Was she?
That's what I'm hearing. I didn't look it up, but maybe if I'm wrong.
I thought that was. Oh no, that was Batgirl.
Yeah.
Rosario Dawson.
Rosario Dawson with Batgirl, but actually Catwoman, that was Zoe. Fun fact: she tried out for Catwoman in The Dark Knight Rises.
Oh really?
Christopher Nolan said she was too urban. So.
Well, okay. Do we want to go there?
Fuck it. When did we not go there?
Is it racist to have a black Catwoman?
We've had a black Catwoman. That's the thing.
Well, I mean, but if we go back to like comic lore, and isn't Selena Kyle like a hood rat kind of? She kind of.
Oh yes. Well, it depends on who writes her. Okay. Now let's go deep because, like I said, this is a comic book podcast, so we got to be accurate.
Yeah.
So Yes, when Frank Miller wrote her, she was a prostitute. The moment Frank Miller got away from that book, they retconned that shit. And then when he came back, he retconned that shit back again. No, I said what I said. So it depends on how you write it, you know. Even in the Dark Knight Rises movie, they had hints that she might have been a prostitute. That girl that she was with was definitely a prostitute.
Well, even on the Gotham show, she's like homeless and shit. She's like a
but they went out of their way to say that she wasn't a prostitute on that thing. Because I think even one of the bad guys even straight up asked her. You know, she was like, "Oh, I don't know what you're talking about," you know. Yeah, so they went out of their way to try to know that. But yeah, like I said, will they make Catwoman a prostitute or anything like that? I don't know like that. But I don't know. What was your point? Like, I think you had a point you were trying to go with it.
Well, is that is that stereotypical? Is what I'm saying.
Well,
should we be outraged because of that?
I mean, but we can't get outraged over something we haven't seen yet. I mean, because like I said, Catwoman had in the comics she's always been white.
Yeah.
So now if she was black and they always made her a prostitute, then I'd be like, whoa, now, you know. But no, in the comics most of the time she's like,
it's like a chick. Like, just say, okay, she's urban. This chick is a street kid who grew up hustling on the streets, and remember on Arrow, the guy who played Arsenal.
Yeah.
Now, that motherfucker was too damn pretty to be from the hood. I don't know.
That's true, right?
Like, I did not believe that this kid was from the streets, growing up in the hood and just hustling, hustle the hustle. I did not buy that kid was just too damn
why are you
sexy.
not modeling for J.C. Penney's or something? Like, why you have to be on the street?
I was like, what the fuck's he spending all his money on facial cream? Like, how the fuck? like, fuck these Jordans. We'll get some more oil of Olay and shit. So, yeah, I don't know. What are we talking about?
I don't know.
Okay. We don't even care anymore.
Yeah, we don't even care anymore. But my whole thing is with Catwoman is, I don't know. Just long as she plays well off Batman or whatever like that, fuck it, whatever. Oh, another fun fact is that now the Catwoman that is cast is the stepdaughter of Aquaman.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it's the whole full circle. Yeah, because Jason Momoa is married to Lisa Bonet.
Oh, yeah. And she was banging Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah. So I wonder if they're gonna have some kind of connection, Catwoman v Aquaman or some shit. I don't know. In the comics later on down the road. So I don't know. And I doubt they make her a prostitute in the movie. Maybe.
Now they'll probably just do like on Gotham, where she was homeless and orphaned and, grown up, kissing Bruce Wayne's ass.
Yeah. Now, one thing that I didn't watch Gotham, but did they ever make it where they connected her to Falcone?
I don't know. I only watched like a couple seasons. I don't know how deep they went.
Okay. Because I know, I think in one of those Batman comics, I think either the Long Halloween or Dark Victory or something like that, they connected where she was like the illegitimate child of Falcone. Which is why she hates him so much. And I think even maybe in like one of the recent comic runs of the New 52 or something like that, like she takes over the Falcone crime family.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like as Catwoman. Like she just runs the crime family, some shit like that. So I don't know. So we don't know. Maybe they'll do that. Maybe they won't. I don't know. We'll see. Let me say, can we move on to the video? Well, you know what? Hold on. Before we go, we were gonna talk about the Rob Downey Jr. shit. I don't give a fuck about the Rob Downey Jr. shit. He do whatever he wants to. I do want to talk about this Jeremy Renner shit.
Okay.
Let's
I just looked up. Yes, there's a comic where she believes that Falcone may be her dad.
Yeah, and that's why she hates him.
Yeah,
where she hates him, and then, like I said, I think she takes over the Falcone crime family later on also. But yeah, but now let's talk about this Jeremy Renner thing. Now this is kind of sad what's going on right now because Jeremy Renner, apparently, the news that his ex-wife has filed a report on him, saying that she threatened to kill him and himself, like put a gun in his his mouth, stuff like that, say he was going to kill him. Sad story. The reason we'll talk about this because I'm interested in seeing how Marvel handles this. Because if Marvel does some shit like fire him or anything like that, they're going to get thrown under the bus. Okay. Regardless of, what they did with James Gunn for just making a tweet versus somebody actually physically threatening his wife. That's a different thing. Because if Jeremy Renner,
now that you think because I didn't read the article, but now that I'm thinking about it, yes, I'd like to see how this plays out.
I want to see this plays out.
I always say Marvel's one of those too big to cancel, too big to fail companies.
Right, but they got to be very, very careful how they handle the situation. Now, for all we know with Marvel, because they're so big, they may bury this story. We may never even hear about this story, past tomorrow. And if it doesn't, then, oh well, because like I said, nobody's commenting on it but TMZ. So they can just kill this story because they're so big, they control everything. This might not even get reported. But let's say if it does get reported, let's say if it does get big.
Yeah. Jeremy Renner knows how to party.
Because that's what I'm saying. They say he was high on cocaine when he did the shit. But my thing is with Jeremy Renner, Marvel needs to be careful how they handle it. They do not need to fire him because if they fire him, that shit is going to backfire on them faster than the James Gunn shit. Because if Jeremy Renner did everything they said he did, that kind of makes him the victim. Because let's be honest, if you put a gun in your mouth, threaten your wife, threaten yourself, threaten somebody else, like that means that you more than likely have mental health issues.
Yeah. Yeah,
you're not doing this to be, to be malicious or anything like that. You have mental health issues. We just had mental health awareness, I think, yesterday, 2 days ago, something like that? Oh, you got this big movie out right now called The Joker where a dude is pretty much about mental health, things like that. So if Marvel just throws him away and just casts him aside without giving him any help or anything like that, it's going to make them look like the big bad guy, like they're hypocrites. So if he's doing what they said he to do, they need to get him help.
This sounds like you got your Facebook comments ready to go.
I do. I've probably been typing this already. My hand is cramped from typing this.
Yeah, you're waiting to fucking own those trolls on this shit.
Because I know they're gonna. But like I said, that's only if this story gets out past that. If this story gets buried, then it doesn't really matter. Because it's like you said, Disney is so big they can cover up and report whatever they want to. Because he still has a TV show coming out with them.
Yeah. So just like people don't get they're gonna. Marvel is just one of those companies that people will just look past shit.
Right. Like if somebody else does the same shit that they do, they'll get roasted. Ran through. Raked through the coals. Yeah. But if they do it, it's okay.
Yeah, they're still pissed off at Martin Scorsese. It's been a week.
Right. Well, that's because he said the same shit again.
Well, they keep asking him, like, what the fuck you asking the guy shit for?
Well, that's why he's getting pissed because don't I have a fucking movie coming out? You keep asking me about fucking Marvel. Fuck
Marvel. Like, I'm out on fuck Twitter. I don't know this shit, man. Ask me about my movies. I don't know the shitty movies I don't like. No, I don't like Age of Ultron, motherfuckers.
Like I have a movie.
Yeah. Martin Scorsese continues to attack Marvel.
That's probably what happened. He probably talked about The Irishman for like 20 minutes. They asked him one thing about Marvel. He was like, fuck Marvel. Talk about my movie. And Martin Scorsese says, fuck Marvel. Again. He doubles down. Like, oh no, he probably said, didn't I tell you the first time, fuck Marvel? Oh man, I kind of feel bad for him now, man. I kind of see your point of view now, Eli, because he's getting frustrated. You can tell he's getting frustrated about this shit.
Like I can't have a movie in the theaters anymore. I gotta have it on Netflix now,
right?
Because of Marvel, motherfucker.
Oh shit. Oh damn. What are we talking about? Oh yeah, Jeremy Renner. Okay. So, like I said, Marvel needs to find a way to get him help, get him, checked in. Because they can't fire him, they can't cancel him, anything like that. Because, like I said, they got too much money ride on him, and because people are starting to get, more conscious about mental health and mental awareness, that this guy, obviously needs help. Mm-hmm. Oh fuck it, help him.
Yeah, they got a Robert Downey Jr. his ass,
or something. Well, Robert Downey Jr. They just sweep that shit away, Yeah. Any reporter that even asks him about that shit, they come up missing. That's Disney. Magic Kingdom. Mickey Mouse is putting a bag over the reporter's head, just suffocating his ass.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, move past that. Okay, let's talk about the video game section now.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into the video game section now. Some interesting stuff has happened. Oh, Eli, like I said, yesterday or today was not Columbus Day, Colonizer Day. What is it? National Indigenous People Day. That's what it was. Okay. So, on this holiday, parents were freaking the fuck out.
Oh, yeah.
because they didn't get the memo that Fortnite has ended.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So apparently Fortnite had a storyline. I didn't know, but yeah, it had a storyline that was going where it actually was like building towards something, and apparently, the storyline ended. So when they ended it, they destroyed the map, and this happened like 2 days ago. So the map in Fortnite is gone. You can't play Fortnite right now.
Really?
You can't play it at all. Matter of fact, Fortnite even streamed it on Twitch. What happened was people were playing the map, were playing just normal like stuff like that, and then the map started to. Hey, remember? You read the comic, Christ on Infinite Earths, where the white pages start eating the map and shit like that. That's what happened in Fortnite.
The kill screen and shit.
Yeah, that's what happened. So the map was just eaten alive and just disintegrated. So now if you log on to Fortnite right now, all you're going to see is a black hole in the middle of the screen. Just circle.
Oh. It's going to be like that Bugs Bunny cartoon where he's just on a blank piece of paper and an eraser comes and keeps fucking with them.
Right, that's exactly what happened. So the thing is, you got these kids, they got this 3-day weekend. They're ready to play Fortnite. Now, keep in mind, parents have been suing Fortnite saying this shit is addictive, right? Now, they're mad. The parents are mad because the Fortnite can't keep their kids busy. Damn, you got to actually talk
I couldn't afford a babysitter this weekend.
Right. Because they're freaking out. They can't. I even saw a video. Some guy just like took his computer, just threw it across the room. It's like, fuck it. I can't play Fortnite. So I guess it's that serious. I don't know. But yeah, if you try to log on Fortnite right now, you cannot do it. On any system, PlayStation, PC, Xbox, doesn't matter. Fortnite does not work.
Just think about all those motherfuckers that were saving up all that loot to get those awesome boots or whatever.
Right, that was stealing their parents' credit cards to get the money. Oh, down the drain. Guess what? So what's going to happen is that the first season of Fortnite is ended. So now they're getting gearing up for season 2. So all that bullshit you bought before, you got to rebuy.
That's fucking awesome.
That's the American way.
I think that's awesome. Reset all you motherfuckers.
Reset all you. They're gonna play it again. They have no choice. You know, they're hooked on it. It's an addiction.
Yeah.
So yeah, Epic Games, $1 billion, and they're gonna make another $1 billion on top of this shit. So it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Toys, and so my kid was talking about that. We were at like Target or whatever the other day, and we're going through the toys and shit, and fucking he was talking about, oh damn, how come they got fucking Fortnite figures, but they don't got Call of Duty?
They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know? They're smart about this shit. That's the whole thing. Oh, that being said, we also have the official announcement of the PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
So it's official. This is not some rumor or anything like that. It's coming out in fall 2020 next year. They have some specs. I tried to pull some specs up earlier today, but I didn't get a chance to. I know they're stripping out the hard drive. They're going to make it an SSD hard drive. Basically, what that means, Eli, is that they're eliminating load times.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. So remember how it used to be when you used to play Nintendo and Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64? Yeah, we're going back to those days. Now when in PlayStation, you put the disc in, you got to sit there and wait and go get a sandwich and with the game come back. Nope, it's ready to go.
All right.
We also have, they're saying it's supposed to be 8K. Some games supposed to be running 8K, even though 8K TVs really don't exist.
Yeah, like why do that? I was like, I don't even have a 4K.
Right,
yet.
I don't even have a 4K TV either, but they're saying some of the games are going to play in 8K. So I guess some of the games will be able to run at 120 frames per second. That's what they're saying. Okay. Like 12 core, all that bullshit. They haven't announced any games yet, but people are already making jokes that, Resident Evil 4 is going to be on there. Skyrim is going to be on there because they're on every other system. So you're going to play Resident Evil 4 in 8K, 120 frames per second. You know, that's going to be awesome, I guess. You know. Eli, they're saying this system, I don't have the specs in front of me right now, but from what I saw, I'm looking at these specs, and I'm like, okay, there is no way this system can be under $500 with everything that they're promising you. They listed everything except the price. So I want to see this thing go because there's no way they can possibly do that, but we'll see. Because right now, Eli, I'm satisfied with my PC. I'm going to stay on my PC and I'm good. Because everybody was bragging about Red Dead Redemption. Guess what? Just got announced for PC. Yep. And it's going to be in 4K and 60 frames per second, all this shit like that. Although I looked at the specs and my PC isn't powerful enough to run it. So,
oh, damn it.
I'll figure it out. I'll see how it goes. One thing I did do though is that I decided because PlayStation also made an announcement where they dropped the price of PlayStation Now. You know, like their streaming service where you can just play games. It was $14 a month at first, but now they dropped it down to $10 a month. So I decided to pick it up for a free trial, just to check it out. And Eli, it was pretty cool. I mean, I only played one game, which is Killzone. It was a little lag, but it wasn't like game-breaking lag. It was like how you play on every other online game. It basically felt like that.
Okay.
So it was decent. Got a chance to play it. Frame rate was good. Sound quality was there. I remember the game how it was before. I didn't get a chance to see if I could play online yet. I was going to check that out later on just to make sure. But overall, yeah, it seemed pretty good. So PlayStation Now, I recommend it if you get a chance. I'll probably do the Xbox version on PC maybe 2 weeks from now and see how that goes.
Yeah, my kid does that. He plays he loves all the Resident Evil. He's a big Resident Evil fan.
Yeah, because I know all those. Oh, yeah, I got to play Metal Gear. They got the Metal Gear games on there, too, so I can play that, too. Yeah.
Parappa the Rapper.
I'm not playing that shit, man. I remember that shit. Oh, shit. I think that's it. It may be some more shit, but I'm just going to ignore that. Okay, that being said, we move on past the next part of the podcast, and this is where we're going to do something a little bit differently. Because I had some technical difficulties this weekend where I had a fraud alert on my card, and since it's a 3-day weekend, thank you, fucking Christopher Columbus. I can't get in contact with the bank to take the fraud alert off my card. I try to call them. They leave me on hold for 2 hours. I can't answer them. So, that being said, I hate to tell you my sob story, but my sob story is I didn't get a chance to read comics this week. I couldn't buy anything. Money's in my account. I don't have access to it.
So
yeah.
How did that? So it's not Comixology's fault, is it?
It's not Comixology's fault. It's my bank's fault. What happened was the chip on my card is kind of a little wonky to begin with. So I went to this gas station ATM and put the card in there. And that's where the fraud alert happened because the card didn't read it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So once it did that, it just had it where I couldn't use the card anywhere. Online, anywhere.
So you got to call your bank.
I got to call my bank. But it's the weekend and they don't answer.
Really? Because whenever that shit happened, it's usually like 24 hours.
Yeah.
And it's like an automated, because that's happened to me before. And you basically go through the charges and say, press 1, yes, if you approve or whatever.
Yeah,
that's
weird.
They
didn't do me like that. They did it where they gave me this number I can call in the back of the car, and I call. But they was able to get it off one time. They was able to get it off, so I was able to get some cash out. So I pulled $200 out, to last me till Wednesday, Thursday. So I'm fine now. But the thing is, I can't buy anything online.
You can't use your card.
I can't use my card. Yeah. I used it for that one time for like cash, for gas and clothes. But anyway, sad story. My sob story is I can't buy comics. That's the point. So I didn't read anything. So Eli's the only person that actually read anything today. So this is pretty much his show, and I'm going to just let him just take over for how long he want to go.
Well, my sob story, my comic store shut down. Yeah, my comic store shut down this week. It was their last week they were open.
Completely shut down, like out of business?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They that location is shutting down, so my last pull was from this week. My last pull list. So I'm kind of like in a transition mode, like where am I going to go? Where am I going to get my comics from? And I've been thinking about Comixology.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know. I was cool with those motherfuckers, I knew those motherfuckers. They used to hook me up with deals and shit.
Yeah.
And, so it's kind of weird. Okay, I'm just going to go to another shop and get a new pull list.
You built a rapport. You built a connection with those guys. So
yeah. So I'm like, should I do Comixology? The cool thing about that place, they would also buy back my books too.
Oh, cool.
And now I got like piles and piles of books, all over the place, and I don't know where to put them. So it's like I'll just save some space and go digi. I don't know. That's what I've been thinking about. So
okay.
So we'll see next week. All right. I guess I'm gonna do this. So Powers of X. Should I start?
Well, Powers of 10.
Powers of 10. Yeah, that's how much I don't give a shit about the X.
Good thing that you're the one reviewing it.
Yeah. So I got through this. I thought I was gonna quit, but then I jumped back on just to finish out this arc. The House of X, Powers of 10 books. Powers of 10. Sorry, number 6. Mm-hmm. We finally find out what happens. Basically, spoilers. We find out that you know, that timeline 1,000 years from now, where the librarian is about to upload the human AI up into the phalanx. And so that's basically about to happen. And then they go down into that preserve. Remember, they had like this zoo, you know, like a zoo of Earth. And the only two mutants they had left in there were Moria and Wolverine.
What? Okay.
Yeah. And so basically what the librarian tells them, they're like, you know, there's no timeline where the X-Men win. You know,
Like
the X-Men, yeah, the X-Men are always going to lose. They're never going to flourish. And it gets really deep. I got to say, it gets really deep into like philosophical, you know, existential, you know, meanings of life and evolution and stuff. That basically they talks about how the humans stop evolving because their use of technology. So they stop being, you know, they stop evolving because they start cultivating their environment for their needs. You know what I mean? So that makes them stop evolving, whereas the mutants evolve into their environments. You know what I mean? So that's always going to be the factor why the mutants are always going to lose. And basically, humans are going to, because of the phalanx, and they're going to upload their consciousness, that's going to turn them into gods. So humans are now going to evolve into God, which just blew my mind.
Wow,
it was quite mind-blowing, you know. And said, now tomorrow, when the phalanx comes and uploads us, they're going to destroy this planet. So, and what I'm going to do, the librarian tells Moria, I'm going to transfer you to some other planet so you don't get killed, because I know when you die, you're just going to know all this shit. So then Wolverine says, well, fuck you, and he kills the librarian.
Damn. Okay.
And then kills Moria. Okay, you know what you got to do. He's like, yeah. And he kills Moria. So now, basically, what all this does is sets up a new timeline where now Moria knows all this shit, knows what's going to happen in the future, 1,000 years from now. She knows what's going to happen. So now, I guess this leaves a timeline open to whatever, now that they know what's going to happen. And, you know, they're always fighting for their freedom and all that stuff, to be better than humans or whatever they were trying to do this whole time. You know, they know what's going to happen. So maybe this opens up a new, you know, scenario, I guess, because now she knows what eventually happens 1,000 years from now.
Okay.
So basically this shit was just all set up for a new line of comics for X-Men.
Which we already knew that.
We already knew that. But yeah, I mean, I got to say it was pretty deep, you know. It did make me think. I'll give it that, you know. So I'll give it a 4 out of 5, you know.
Okay. The conclusion to the Powers of 10 and the
Powers
House of X.
And the House of X, yeah.
The other was, you're right, it was just a setup for the next line of books they have coming out. So
yeah. The only other Marvel book I believe I read was Doctor Doom #1.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering about that one too.
This basically has Doctor Doom being framed for destroying this space station that is controlling the climate. Like Tony Stark and Reed Richards built this giant device in space that can control the climate and basically start cooling the Earth, you know, and changing the climate. Yeah, stopping global warming or whatever. But it requires all this waste, you know, nuclear waste. So they created a black hole on the moon so they can get rid of this waste. But it's just basically this big giant space station by the moon, and some the missiles in Latveria get triggered and destroy the space station. So now all the superheroes are like, oh shit, Doctor Doom just fucked up, you know, just destroyed the space station. And Doctor Doom's like, no, I didn't do it. But he ends up surrendering. So basically all the superheroes and all the nations on Earth are invading his country, and he basically surrenders at the end. So it's probably going to be a mystery to find out who did this, you know. So it's kind of like a greatest hits of Doctor Doom. Not much happens in this book. Doctor Doom is a little passive, I guess. I imagine Doctor Doom to be a little bit more sinister, because he is basically
He kind of chilled out lately, you know.
Yeah, the quintessential villain.
Yeah.
I don't know. And for ever since I was a little kid watching the Fantastic Four cartoon, every time I read a Doctor Doom in a comic book, I always imagine him to like talk like, "Me, I am Doctor Doom." You know,
Like Starscream or some shit.
yeah, he's like Megatron. I am Doctor. You will bow to me, Victor Von Doom. You know, that's how I always imagine him talking.
I always kind of imagine him kind of regal, but you know, like a metallic voice. You know, that's just me.
Yeah,
You will bow to Doom. You know,
he refers him to it. Yeah.
yeah.
Doctor Doom thinks you're fucked up. You know.
Like always the third person. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. It was a 3 out of 5. You know, it was all right. So
That'll
That
be
was
the
that
next
one?
gritty Marvel reboot of a villain when they combat the
yeah,
Joker.
that's what we're talking about. I saw that post about people were saying what other movies if they're gonna take Taxi Driver and put the Joker in it, what other movies can we make? And I thought like a Doctor Strangelove with Doctor Doom. I thought that would be kind of cool.
Yeah. Somebody's gonna do it.
Yeah, there you go. Just take Doctor Strangelove and put Doctor Doom in it. It'll be dope. All right. Well, DC, should I do this Year of the Villain with the Joker?
Go for it. I mean, it's on the banner.
Yeah. So I read this. It's basically, I'm not following that whole Year of the Villain. Is it the event Leviathan? Is that what's happening?
Nah, it's two different things.
Okay. Well, whatever is going on in Year of the Villain, it basically falls into where Bane has taken over the city and the Joker is just kind of running around causing havoc.
Okay.
And he teams up with this other crazy guy and he's following him around and they get into some shit. They actually find there's a comical part where they go into the store and find some Batman and Robin costumes and they're running around just causing havoc and shit. It's just Joker being Joker. It kind of reminds me of that Azarello Joker story where it's told
that shit.
where it's told through that but it's told through that point of view of one of his henchmen.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, I got you. I got Johnny Frost, Ice, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like that where it's this guy that's following Joker around. It's okay. The art is really cool, but this was written by John Carpenter. John Carpenter and somebody else. Anthony Birch. Yeah.
Anthony Birch. That actually name sounds familiar too. I think he wrote Borderlands.
Okay. Yeah. So
like the actual video game, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's Joker doing Joker shit, being a asshole homicidal maniac, you know. So, and I heard there was some articles written about this book and how problematic and toxic.
Oh, controversy.
Yes, because he goes after the Huntress or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, and to that I'm saying it's the fucking Joker. What do you expect? He's a homicidal maniac. You expect him to behave,
Right.
you know? Fuck up. So that was a 3 out of 5. I got Batman Detectives. That was pretty cool. This is the whole thing where Freeze is trying to thaw out his wife, and he's been doing experiments on all these women in Gotham, and trying to thaw out this this formula that makes him thaw out her body. So Batman shows up and he's in this like fire suit, which is pretty cool. But then Freeze took off, but he thawed out all his experiments. All the people that he had kidnapped and froze, they all come back and they're like these ice zombies. They're like the White Walkers from Game of Thrones. So that was kind of cool, and he fights them. But then he goes chasing after Mr. Freeze, and Mr. Freeze like puts this like ice bomb and like throws him down into this lake, and he's like freezing under the lake and shit. And Batman has to like use his fire suit to get out. So he's basically chasing him. And at the end of the book, Mr. Freeze thaws out Nora, and she wakes up, but she's like, "Victor, don't." And that's where it ends.
Oh, so because
she's alive.
Hmm.
She's like freaking out. So we'll see. That was pretty cool. 4 out of 5 on that one. And now here's my book of the week.
Okay, here we go.
Joker Harley.
Okay, this one I was pissed that I couldn't read it. This is actually pretty interesting.
This was cool. I thought this was cool. So this basically, it's another Elseworlds. It's on Black Label. So it's got the big, huge, magazine size, and they actually use the bigger size, to showcase the art. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The bigger canvas. They take advantage of the bigger canvas. And this is basically Harley Quinn. I don't know what timeline it is, but she's basically a serial killer profiler, working with Gordon, trying to solve a series of serial killings committed by, they think this is the Joker.
Okay.
And that's pretty much all it is. And it gets into the mind. It's like Mindhunter, Silence of the Lambs, where she gets into the mind of a serial killer and shit. And it was really cool. I loved it. Which really weird. It's like, so this is like the second Harley Quinn book in like a couple of weeks that I thought was great.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Yeah, they're really pushing Harley right now.
Yeah, and I've never given a shit about Harley. That's because she's not like, bubbly and running around, Mr. J. This is her. She's just she's wearing like a leather jacket, regular clothes. Doesn't have makeup on or anything. And she talks all this shit to all these cops and shit.
Yeah, it's kind of like they're playing up her intelligence now.
Yeah.
Instead of just being a ditzy blonde.
Yeah, she's not the Joker's groupie or anything. She's just this cop. It's a hard-boiled detective story. So I thought this was great. This is a 5 out of 5. Fuck it. Joker Harley.
Okay. Plus the art would look awesome.
The art is really good. Yeah, there's some you can tell where they it's like they almost like rotoscope, where they take the picture and then just draw over it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it kind of looks like in some scenes. But then there's like these flashbacks and shit, whether it's in black and white, and it's cool. I thought this was cool. So I look forward to the second issue, which is weird for me to say because I've never been a fan of Harley.
So.
And another book I read was Cobra Kai.
Okay, I heard there was a comic about Cobra Kai. Okay.
Yeah, so for those who don't know, Cobra Kai, it's a new TV show. It's on YouTube. And I loved it. The TV show is so great. It's basically the redemption of Johnny, the asshole from the movie Karate Kid.
Mm-hmm.
And it's his redemption.
From every 80s movie.
Yeah, William Zabka. It really, basically, it's his redemption arc. We find out, ever since he got beat by Daniel LaRusso back in the day, his life kind of turned to shit. And now it's basically modern times. He's a drunk. He's can't hold down a job. He barely sees his kid. He's kind of a loser. The roles have been switched, and Daniel LaRusso is now a rich car salesman.
Okay.
So the show basically, he finds some kids to start training karate, and he starts up the Cobra Kai dojo, and it's basically a redemption arc. Johnny searching for redemption, and this sort of fills in the blank. The comic kind of fills in the blank of some of the details of his life, of his stepdad growing up. His stepdad was an asshole. How he started taking karate from Kreese and all that. The book is okay. If you're a fan of the show, you might dig it, but it's just a companion piece to the show. The show is so much cooler, and the show is great because, especially if you're, Johnny is really anti-woke. It's hilarious. Like,
I'm not shocked about that, but okay.
But he's like, I'm going to show, I'm going to teach just what this pussy generation needs, and it's funny. He's like a total douchebag, but he starts learning. You know what I mean? It's cool. So this book was just a 3 out of 5. It was all right. Okay. And I guess the last book I read was Jughead the Hunger versus Vamperonica, number 5.
Okay.
This wraps up the whole. This is the Archie horror comic line.
Yeah, I would have thought that would have been done, but okay, you got it. Well, it is October, so.
Yeah, so this wraps up. This is number 5. It wraps up the story arc. So we have Jughead the Hunger. Jughead is a werewolf, and Betty Cooper is a werewolf hunter and all this shit. So that's going on in one timeline. And then you have Vamperonica, where Veronica and her family come from a long line of vampires who have taken over the world or shit. They're from 2 separate timelines, but somehow this is like a crisis on Infinite Riverdales. You
Oh,
know,
wow.
the timelines are collided. You have the two sort of meeting and they're kind of fighting each other. But then eventually we learn Sabrina, the teenage witch, shows up last issue and says, well, this Jinx, I'm not familiar with this character, but Jinx, she's basically the Antichrist, and she fucked with some devil book and fucked up the universes, and now they're all sort of morphing. So all the different universes are colliding. Like I said, a crisis, you know. And it's up to, you know, because Jughead and Veronica, they're mythical creatures. They have to find the book and reverse the spell. And it turns out the book is buried underneath Riverdale High School. So they basically go, this is the last issue. They go to the high school. They have to fight a bunch of vampires and shit to get it. They eventually get the book, reverse everything, and everything resolves. So pretty cool. 4 out of 5. I love the Archie horror series. I've never given a shit about Archie ever. But hey, put some monsters and serial killers and zombies. I love it. It takes, because I'm a horror fan and I'm into old school horror, you know, like the Stephen King style, where those small town Americana, you know, where everybody knows each other, but there's always something sinister going on. Mm-hmm. That's what basically Riverdale is. It's like this slice of Norman Rockwell America, but there's all this fucked up shit happening.
I mean, basically what the TV show is about.
Yeah, yeah. And so that's why I like, it's like a fresh take on old school horror, you know. So I dig the Archie horror book. So yeah, this was a 4 out of 5, and that's all I got.
Cool. I wish I could have joined in.
Yeah, that was a little.
Yeah,
that was a little exhausting.
It was just you had to run the gauntlet yourself. So.
And I didn't take notes or anything. Like I said, I totally forgot we were supposed to, because we didn't record last night.
Right.
You know, and I'm just chilling on Mondays. So I was just chilling, watching movies and shit. I'm like, oh shit, I'm supposed to record tonight. So.
Oh, well, at least we got that taken care of. So yeah, so hopefully next week, not hopefully, I will have all my shit taken care of next week, because I feel like I showed up for class without my homework assignment. So
yeah,
we'll get this shit fixed next week. That being said, if you listen this long, definitely like, share, subscribe. We have our sister podcast, Geek Sav. We also have Comic Cast, like I said, a bunch of pretty much the same books that Eli just did. Get to hear their opinion of what they got to say about it. Hoodoo TV, Get Valiant, This Geeks and Comics, and like the Talking Balls. They got some stuff going on this week too. And next week, I don't really know what we're going to talk about, but we'll figure it out. Until then, This is Leroy.
This is Eli.
And we'll talk to you guys next week. Same bully time, same bully channel.
Yeah. Motherfuckers better know. Lock your windows, close your doors. Biggie Smalls. Yeah. My man Imp left a tech and a 9 at my crib. Turned himself in, he had to do a bid. A 1 to 3, he be home the end of 93. I'm ready to get this paper, G. You with me? Motherfucking right. My pockets looking kinda tight. And I'm stressed. Yo, Biggie, let me get the vest. No need for that. Just grab the fucking gat. The first pocket that's fat. The tech is to his back. Word is born, I'ma smoke him. Yo, don't fake no moves. What? Treat it like boxing. Stick and move. Stick and move. You ain't got to explain shit. I've been robbing motherfuckers since the slave shit. With the same clip and the same 4.5. 2-point blank. A motherfucker sure to die. That's my word. Nigga even try to bogart. Have his mother singing It's So Hard. Yes, love. Love your fucking attitude. Because the nigga play pussy, that's the nigga that's getting screwed and bruised up. From the pistol whipping, webs on the neck from the necklace stripping. Then I'm dipping up the block and I'm robbing bitches too. Up the herringbones and bamboos. I wouldn't give a fuck if you're in error. Give me the baby rings and the #1 mom pendant. I'm slamming niggas like Shaquille. Shit is real. When it's time to eat a meal, I rob and steal. Cause Mom Duke ain't giving me shit. So for the bread and butter, I leave niggas in the gutter. Word to mother, I'm dangerous. Crazier than a bag of fucking angel dust. When I bust my gap, motherfuckers take dirt naps. I'm all that and a dime sack. Where the paper at? Give me the loot, give me the loot. 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 up, and I'm shooting niggas quick if you hiccup. Don't let me throw my clip up in your back and headpiece. The opposite of peace, sending Mom Duke a reef. You're talking to the robbery expert. Step into your wake with your blood or my shirt. Don't be a jerk and get smoked over being resistant. Cause when I lick shots, the shit is persistent. Goodness gracious, the papers. Where the cash at? Where the stash at? Nigga, pass that before you get your grave dug from the main thug. 357 slug, and my nigga Biggie got an itchy one grip. One in the chain, but 32 in the clip. Motherfuckers better strip. Yeah, nigga, peel before you find out how blue steel feel. From the Beretta, putting all the holes in your sweater. The money getter, motherfuckers know the better. Rolex watches and colorful swatches. I'm digging in pockets, motherfuckers can't stop it. Man, niggas come through, I'm taking high school rings too. Bitches get screwed for the earrings and bangles. And when I rock her and drop her, I'm taking her door knockers. And if she's resistant, baka, baka, baka. So go get your man, bitch, he could get robbed too. Tell him Biggie took it, what the fuck he gonna do? I hope apologetic, or I'ma have to set it. And if I said it, the cocksucker won't forget it. Hey bitch, give me your money, bitch. Give me the loot, give me the loot. 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 Man, listen, all this walking is hurting my feet. Who money looks sweet? Where? In the Isuzu Jeep. Man, I throw him in the fiend. You grab the fucking green, and if he start to scream, bam, bam, have a nice dream. Hold up, he got a fucking bitch in the car. Fur coats and diamonds. She thinks she a superstar. Ooh, Biggie, let me jack her. I kick her in the back, hit her with the gat. Chill, shorty, let me do that. Just get the fucking car keys and cruise up the block. The bitch act shot, getting shot on the spot. Oh shit, the cops. Be cool, fool. They ain't gonna roll up. All they want is fucking donuts. So why the fuck he keep looking? I guess to get his life cooking. I just came home, ain't trying to see central booking. Oh shit, now he looking in my face. You better haul ass, cause I ain't with no fucking chase. So lace up your boots, cause I'm about to shoot a true motherfucker going out for the loot.
Damn, that shit, boy. Hit this cheek.